Okay, so there's a man out there in need of a gift. Maybe a husband, boyfriend, friend, father, whatever. Well, I think wristwatches are a great gift option. A lot of guys love them, and today we're going over 7 wristwatches that will please him without breaking the bank. In fact, you'll usually be able to get all of the watches in this video for under or around £100 using the links in the video description. And if you're a guy watching this video and it's your birthday or Christmas coming up soon, then maybe some of these could be good suggestions of watches to ask for. I've tried loads of watches over the years, and I'm confident in these recommendations because I think they're among some of the best watches in this price range. When we're talking about gift watches, there's one brand that always comes to mind. Ever popular Japanese company Casio have a massive range of digital watches, most of which come in at an incredibly low cost. My personal pick is this silver A158W. This one is really cheap, usually available for around £20, and is surprisingly versatile given its small size. This watch really gives a casual, understated look with a bit of added retro charm. It's definitely one of the better looking digital watches around. Loads of guys out there love these Casio watches, so this might be a good low-cost addition to their watch collection. It's also one that will last a fair while, as these are known to be pretty much indestructible. This one is rather small, it's probably better for normal to slim wrists, but if you do have someone out there with a larger wrist, you could look at the A168W. That's a very, very similar watch, it's just slightly larger. Both of them come with a bunch of different functions, so they're really cool. The watch I'm wearing on my wrist right now is the Timex Fairfield, and I'd say it's probably the best looking, cheap minimalist watch out there. If the guy in question needs a watch that he can wear both day to day, but also maybe for dressing up slightly sometimes, then this could be a good little choice. This one has a great Indiglo nightlight feature and also comes in 2 different sizes. One in 37mm, which is sometimes marked as a ladies or unisex, it doesn't matter. That's the one I'm wearing and it's best for skinnier wrists. And then you've also got the men's version, which comes in a bunch of colours too. This one comes in at 41mm, so this is more like your average to slightly larger sized wrists. I've recommended this one before and wear it regularly because it looks decent and is really comfortable. Normally you can grab one of these watches for somewhere between about 40 to 80 UK pounds, which I think makes it really affordable for most people. Design wise, the watch does play things a bit safe, but as a result it's an easy pleaser. This minimalist design is definitely in at the moment, and this is a good entry point. There are loads of minimalist watches out there that are extortionately priced. This one isn't, and it looks great. If you're after a gift watch that looks like a Rolex, then this Invicta Pro Diver might be the best option that you can actually afford. While it's not for everyone, this watch does definitely look much more expensive than the price tag would suggest, and still gives that Submariner look for less. Additionally, you also get the choice between a standard battery-powered quartz movement or a nice Seiko automatic movement if you want something a bit more special. That's the one I've got, and I've been really pleased with it over the last few months, and I've been actually wearing it more than I expected when I bought it. The design isn't exactly original, but I think it's definitely a clear step up from the many Rolex clones out there. Especially some of the cheaper ones below £100, you don't have that many options. This one's also readily available online, and you're not going to have to order it from China and wait a month like other options. So if you're watching this video, a week before Christmas, this is probably still the best option of this style of watch. A lot of people like to give chronograph watches to men as gifts. I think because they look clearly different than lots of the very plain kids watches you can get these days. I guess it looks like a bit more of a mature style. The chronograph version of that Fairfield that I mentioned earlier is one of the more modern looking ones available and is probably the best option in this price range. This one offers similar styling to the previous one, but with 3 complications on the dial and a much less audible ticking noise. This makes it a great gift choice in itself. This comes in a bunch of different colours on Amazon. One thing to note with that one, I believe they only come in the standard men's 41mm size, which if you've got someone with really small wrists, maybe the plain Fairfield is the one to go for because you do get that smaller option. Either way, you know that with the Timex brand, you're normally not going to get ripped off. For a more vintage looking chronograph, I'd recommend this Seiko from the SNK793 series. With this one, you get classic styling with good build quality considering the cost. This one has a strong 100 meters of water resistance and includes date functionality too. By default, it comes fitted with a calfskin leather strap, which is nice. The The cream version, which does fall below £100, at least at the moment, that looks pretty good, but I'd say the black version is definitely nicer. That being said, that one is a tiny bit over this video's budget, but I thought it was still worth mentioning. Alternatively, you could look at the Seiko 5 range. This is really Seiko's main low-cost range, and it's actually got loads of good options. Overall, they offer phenomenal value for money, many of them looking like they're twice the asking price, especially with the addition of an automatic movement, which gives that second hand an awesome sweeping motion. There is a huge selection to choose from, all of which have pretty much the same specifications, so you know you're going to get something decent. Many of them are around that £100 mark as well, so they're really not going to break the bank. The one I have here is the SNK793K1. This one has a stylish navy design and a pretty simple appearance, which looks great with a variety of outfits. I've had this one for almost a year now and it's never let me down. Though if you don't like the look of this one, I'll link the range below. Maybe there's one in there that looks like it'll be more to the taste of the recipient. I'd say the best gift dress watch, especially when you're talking around the £100 mark, is the Orient Bambino. The version I have here is the version 3, but as the name suggests, there's a couple of different versions you can choose from, and there's a variety of colours too, but all of them will pretty much perform the same. Over on my wristwatch channel, I called this the benchmark for affordable watches for good reason. For £100, you essentially get a wristwatch that looks like it's worth £300. This one features a beautiful, slim design with domed glass. You have a great level of case finishing, and within there is an in-house automatic movement. If I received one of these as a gift, I'd be extremely pleased. The watch looks fantastic, and especially if the person isn't really aware of this brand or of this watch in particular, they'd probably think you'd spend a lot more on it. While the regular version sits nicely at 41mm, they do have a smaller 36mm version, which may suit smaller wrists slightly better, so I'll put both of them down below. And that rounds out this mini wristwatch gift guide. I think in there's something really for every guy, from hardy watches to dress classics. Anyway, make sure if you want to see more of these wristwatch style videos, you head over to my wristwatch channel where I cover them each and every week. I'll see you next time.